Hey guys, the Explorer 4 here, Horrorboy465. Welcome back to some more reviews, and I want to apologize for not making any videos for a couple days, but I wanted to get back to doing some more movie reviews. So yeah, the Explorer 4 is back doing some more movie reviews, and since I didn't review this movie on Valentine's Day, I do apologize for that. I wanted to review it now. I know the review is way late. It's February 18th. It should have been reviewed on Tuesday. I do apologize for that, but I was really very busy, so I wasn't able to do the review. But I did want to cover at least the first movie. I won't be reviewing the remake. I'll save the remake and the other slasher film Valentine for next Valentine's Day. But I did want to cover the first film, and that is My Bloody Valentine. Now, My Bloody Valentine is a horror slasher film from 1981, and My Bloody Valentine is one of my favorite slasher films out there. It's one of my favorites, has a lot of stuff going for it. It's 6.2 on IMDb, directed by George Maholka, which I checked this filmography list, and I really didn't see anything else that I recognized. A lot of TV stuff, but My Bloody Valentine is one of my favorite slasher films because for multiple reasons. I mean, it has one of the most. I think this holiday, Valentine's Day, and Christmas are the genius holidays to do slasher films on. Because with My Bloody Valentine, I thought that it all matched. It all went together. It all fit. It was a great fit for a slasher film. And the same thing with Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think that movie is a great fit for Christmas and the slasher feel to it. I think it all fits together well. Certain holidays for certain slasher films don't fit. You know, you get these some that are just ridiculously stupid with this holiday behind it, and it's just, it doesn't work. But for me, Valentine's Day and Christmas, they fit with slasher films because a lot of the ones I've seen that take place in around Christmas, or in this case, this movie. Granted, you do have the remake, which I think is just okay, but it's not really anything too special in my opinion. And you also have Valentine, which I don't remember being a big fan of. So this is definitely the best Valentine slasher film. I don't really know if there's any more besides the remake and Valentine, the other slasher film. But I think that Valentine's Day fit this movie like a glove. I think this movie used the Valentine's Day holiday to its advantage. And of course, after Friday the 13th, a huge wave of slasher films came out. My Bloody Valentine was included in that. So like The Burning and Sleepaway Camp and stuff like that, all these slasher films came out, and My Bloody Valentine definitely sticks out from the other ones. I think that My Bloody Valentine, like I said, I'd put as one of my favorite ones out of the bunch. Because My Bloody Valentine is a fun time. It's got a great holiday premise behind it. I love the idea of it taking place in Valentine Bluffs. This sort of little tiny town with a dark past. I love the story of Harry Warden. I love the legend behind it. I love the mystery behind it and trying to figure out if it's really Harry Warden or if it's somebody else. See, this movie kept me more into that than the remake did. The remake for me just had a very cheap look with no atmosphere whatsoever. It had, I don't know, so-so characters, not really the best, but they're not terrible, or just so-so, kind of forgettable. Like I said, the death scenes in the remake are what really honestly saved the movie for me, because it has really great gore effects, and it has some really crazy death scenes. Also, the guy who played the miner in that did a decent job, but I did not care for the ending of the film. I did not care for the just mystery approach to it and how it's much more different than this one. I didn't really care for the mystery being switched as well. The flip-flop mystery, how basically, it's spoiler alert. If you haven't seen My Bloody Valentine, then I wouldn't watch this review because I'm going to be spoiling the ending for My Bloody Valentine. But the movie was made back in 1981, so I'm sure that you guys have probably seen it. But just in case, spoiler alert. But the ending to this My Bloody Valentine is pretty much flip-flopped in the remake, which I did not care for that because it wasn't anything new. It was just the same thing, only flip-flopped with a much more, almost too serious atmosphere. I guess trying to be, I guess because it would match the scary movie. But for this, they had a great tone to it. I mean, you had the jokes during the movie. You had the idea of Harry Warden, which I got more into the story with this one than I did in that film. In that film, I didn't really get into the whole story of Harry Warden and how it's different a little bit and how he, you know, kills people in this hospital and stuff, but then he ends up getting killed. And I don't know, I don't really care that much about the remake. I used to do, like, you know, when I did review the remake in the past, I did rants on it, because I think I reviewed it twice. I did do rants on it, but anymore, I don't think I would do a rant on it, but I wouldn't, like, say it's a great remake or one of my favorite remakes. It's honestly one of my lower rated remakes. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not anything too special. But My Bloody Valentine is, in my opinion, a classic slasher film. And it has some really great effects in it as well. And I would get this DVD if you guys haven't got My Bloody Valentine yet. I recommend this DVD. There's also another DVD of like a bloody heart painted on a window. But I would get this DVD right here. Pretty good artwork on it. Really enjoy the artwork in the case. But I would get this DVD because it has the extra gore. This version of My Bloody Valentine was the first one I seen, the unrated cut, and it's really bloody and gory. I really do think it's a bloody and gory film. Even the R-rated cut, it doesn't have as much gore, but it's still a bloody R-rated film. But of course, the certain really extremely gory scenes couldn't be shown in the R-rated cut because back in the day of the censoring and stuff. But now that the deleted footage has been restored to the film, it is a little bit grainy. It does look a little bit different than the actual film footage, but it doesn't really bother me. The gore is in there. All the glory of the gore is in there. So I think that if you're a big gore hound like I am, if you're a big fan of gore, then you should be satisfied because the effects in this movie are great. Get a lot of gore in the film. You also get a little bit of, not really nudity, but you do see a nice chick at the beginning of the movie. She does take her shirt off. She has some really nice knockers. But you don't see like actual boobs, but you do see a little bit of the bra. So at least you get that, and it's pretty nice to look at that. Also, the idea of Harry Warden's legend, this guy who was trapped in this mine because it blew up, and he had to eat everybody in the mine with him. And when they got him out of there, he was completely crazy, lost his mind. He then went on a killing spree. When he killed people, he ripped people's heart out. Like, he ripped their hearts out and put it in a heart chocolate box. Which is a really, like, iconic thing about this movie is, you know, the gory heart in the chocolate box. These, you know, the chocolate boxes you get your loves on Valentine's Day. But he puts freaking gory hearts in there. So it's pretty iconic stuff. And the idea, like the character Harry Warden in general, even though technically he's not in the film's, you know, main storyline, still the look of the killer, you know, the miner's suit and the blinding miner's hat light was pretty cool. How he sometimes blinds the camera with the light. The pickaxe, the iconic pickaxe, using all these instruments that miners use, like drills, and using all kinds of stuff that miners use and stuff, and using their tools. And just a very iconic look for the Harry Warden killer. But like I said, Harry Warden really isn't in the main storyline. He's more of just a legend and then a brand new killer. It's a killer kind of acting like, you know, Harry Warden. It's like a copycat killer, but I'll get to that twist at the end of towards the end of the review. But basically, what it's about is we got this town, Valentine's Bluffs, and it's pretty much this small town, dark past. They're trying to the cops are all trying to keep this Valentine's Day the best they can. There's word that there are a few murders happening, and they want to keep it on the low. They don't want to have it blast on newspaper or anything like that. They want to keep the entire town calm. So they shut down the Valentine's Day party before anybody else gets killed. And, you know, they get like a note within this box with a heart in it, and it says, you know, to cancel the Valentine's Day party. And they do, and these teenagers, they end up sneaking into this building. A couple of them sneak into there, and they pretty much go in the building the party's going to be at, and they have a party themselves. And while it's going on, you have a lot of murders going on. Harry Warden is going around killing people. And then a couple of these teenagers that are in the party have the bright idea, this is teenagers in slasher films, folks, to go down into a mine to, you know, have some fun in this mine. And they go in the mine, and when Harry Warden gets to the mine, starts killing them. The death scenes are really great, especially with the added gore effects in there. You get like one death scene where it cuts away, but when you see it later on, you see this girl's really gross-looking corpse and spinning in this like washer. There's also a death scene where Harry Warden takes this guy's head, puts it into a boiling pot of water, and then like blows his face. So it kind of reminded me of Halloween 2. And then there's a death scene where this girl, she gets pushed on this like water faucet, and the water comes out of her nose, or not out of her nose, out of her mouth. Which I do remember in Children of the Corn 3. Urban Harvest, which is one of the very few good movies in that franchise. Like, it's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. But I remember in Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest, I remember the scene where the girl, she falls back onto a water faucet, and the same thing happens. The water comes out of her mouth. So it just kind of reminded me of that. And you also get one death, which is really crazy, where Harry Warden takes a pickaxe, shoves it through this guy's head, and it's the eyeballs on the tip of the pickaxe. Definitely a really gory scene. And one guy gets like a nail gun and he like nail guns a guy's head. He takes a pickaxe, hits a girl right here, gets a noose around a guy's neck, throws him down, and when the noose hangs him, it like snaps his head off, and bloody gory scene. And then from there on, the last man and a few teenagers run to the mine. They end up fighting back against Harry Warden. They get his mask off, and you find out that it's Axel, which was pretty much the lead girl's other boyfriend, because there's a love triangle that goes on in this movie where Axel and this girl in a relationship, and this guy comes back to town, and he's been away for a while, but he comes back, he's trying to get her as well, but there's like a love triangle going on. So the lead girl's boyfriend, Axel, he ends up being the killer because when he was a kid, he seen his father get killed by Harry Warden, and that kind of made him go crazy. And from there on, he started murdering people, started mimicking Harry Warden. So that's what I mean. Harry Warden really isn't the killer in this film, but it's a really good mystery behind it. It really did have a good twist. It was definitely shocking. I didn't see it coming. And basically, they're fighting some more. Some rocks fall on Axel's arm, and he ends up pulling his arm off. I believe his name was Axel. Yeah, Axel. And he ends up pulling his arm off, and he's like, "We'll get you guys. We'll be back." And you get that great song at the end of the movie, you know, the Ballad of Harry Warden. Really, really great song. And the movie just has a lot going for it. I mean, you have some really great gore, some great makeup effects, some decent acting, decent character. Didn't mind a little bit of the depth they had to them, and a little bit of character development. The atmosphere was well done. The Valentine's Day holiday was great for the horror film. It was a great setting. Also, the music, though, I would say the music's okay because of the ending song, but really the music throughout the movie, I don't really care for it that much. But the music at the end of the movie during the credits is really great. But yeah, My Bloody Valentine is a fun slasher film I definitely recommend. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on My Bloody Valentine. I do apologize for not making this review earlier, especially on Valentine's Day. I do apologize for that. But I wanted to review it now because I wasn't able to review on Tuesday. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the review. The Explorer of Horror out, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.